Suddenly everyone started talking about stimulus checks in US, and another stimulus check from President Donald J. Trump is something that millions and millions of Americans need right now. But the biggest question is why there's a need of another stimulus check. Well, look at this. Well, this is a very important chart of the inflation category, and you can see this right here. This is what all matters. Well, I'm gonna give you details about it, but remember that a number of lawmakers started talking about stimulus checks right now because they fear that we are right at the edge of massive inflation, and stimulus check is a lifeline that will change everything for millions of low-income Americans. Well, I'm gonna give you each and every detail, but all I need is just a little favor. It takes 2 seconds to please smash the like button right now. So without any further ado, let's start the video. So let's start the video with the stimulus check under President Donald J. Trump and this administration. And suddenly, a number of analysts, experts, and lawmakers started talking about stimulus checks, and which leads us thinking that are we moving towards another stimulus check? And if we are moving towards another stimulus check, then why? What's the reason? Well, President Donald J. Trump mentioned something very important in his recent speech that clarifies everything.
Everybody's happy. It's always nice when everybody can be happy. But mostly we'll be charging straight tariffs to most of the rest of the world because we have over 200 countries. People don't realize that's a lot of deals. Even if you're like me, a deal junkie, that's a lot of deals. That would be too much for anybody. Ooh. How did we do with this country that I never heard of? We got a lot of deals cooking.
And this is the reason where everyone started talking about stimulus checks, as President Donald J. Trump finally said that now he's going to put tariffs on many countries, which is okay because we changed the dynamics of how we rule according to world order. But we need to understand that putting tariffs on other countries will lead those countries putting tariffs back on United States, and this will lead to massive inflation according to a number of analysts and experts, and we just started seeing effects. Well, look at this. You can see right here, just in June, the inflation rose to 2.7%, and now they're expecting it to be 2.9%. Can you imagine? Just in 1 month, inflation is going up by this massive 2.7%. Well, in the whole year of 2024, the inflation was 2.5%, and that reflected the COLA, cost of living adjustment, that benefited a number of seniors. Well, somewhat benefited seniors, but right now seeing this number just in 1 month means we are on the brink of inflation. And that's where a number of lawmakers, senators, analysts, and experts started talking about stimulus checks. But why they want to give a stimulus check to Americans? Well, remember, they want to be prepared in advance. If the inflation hits USA, we need to make sure that the people have the money to tackle the inflation, and that's where these new stimulus check will change everything when it comes to the financial conditions of millions of these Americans. Remember, right now, millions of Americans are unable to put 3 meals a day. I mentioned this in every video, but this is important. Remember that around 5 million seniors receive below poverty level check from Social Security Administration. Around 18 million people are homeless. According to the recent report from Gallup, the prices of grocery are up by 21% in the past 3 years. So what's the mistake of American people? Well, they're stuck in this, and they're looking up to this administration, and especially towards President Donald J. Trump, that he will do something which will make their life easier, which will change the financial conditions of millions and millions of these Americans. And that's where this stimulus check comes into play. Remember that another stimulus check will just not change the financial situation of millions of Americans, it will also help rebuild the economy. Because when you give money to Americans, they will spend that money back into the American economy. They will buy food, they will pay rent, they will pay mortgages, they will pay utilities. So that money will be a proven formula of cash flow for American finances. And right here it will change a number of things, just not for American people, but for American economy as well. Well, a number of analysts and experts are saying that this stimulus check will just not improve Americans' financial situation. It will also be a lifeline for them. Well, right now, millions and millions of Americans live on low-wage jobs, and this is a shocking situation. And this leads us to read a very important comment on our video. We received this comment from a lady from Virginia. Her name is Michelle, and Michelle stated that right now I am homeless, and the reason is simple: because I was unable to pay the rent and my landlord evicted me. Now, what I need from this administration and from President Donald J. Trump is something that will put a ceiling on her head. And right now, she's actually talking about reoccurring payments for low-income Americans, which is quite unlikely. One-time stimulus check will certainly work for Americans, but reoccurring stimulus checks for all low-income Americans will certainly be a bad thing for American economy, and we can see that it's highly unlikely. Though a number of lawmakers and representatives are talking about monthly stimulus checks, such as Rashida Tlaib. She actually talked about the benefits of monthly reoccurring payments to millions and millions of low-income Americans, and the experts who was talking to Rashida Tlaib said that this is going to be a life-changing decision for Americans, but it will put strain on American economy, which will bring inflation. But right now, as we can see, that a number of states are introducing different programs, such as pilot programs, and one of them is from Alaska, which is giving a dividend check of $1,702 that could result in $28,000 in a year. This is not it. Right now, New York is giving $400 to low-income Americans because their budget is in surplus, and so as many other states. They introduced a number of programs, but right now a number of Americans are saying that if states can do it for their residents, why can't federal government do it? Well, right now this idea, this concept, this plan of new stimulus check is spreading like a wildfire among seniors, among low-income families and households. And if President Donald J. Trump approves another stimulus package, it will change millions and millions of lives. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.